What about your man or woman who likes to take a car in their backyard and fix it up and take it down a local drag strip and race it? I mean, that kind of modification, it appears very clearly, is now ruled out.
Well, we have never, ever enforced on an individual of that nature.
Not only is this an important part of the way of life for a lot of Americans who enjoy taking cars and modifying them so they can race, but it's a $1 billion industry.
So, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably already know that the EPA is just really thinking long and hard about taking away the average American's ability to modify their cars. This is it's crazy, but at the same time, those of you that follow me very, very closely on like all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, you know that I've been very invested in politics in the past year because last year when everything happened, my business lost half of its income due to our governor here in North Carolina shutting down the wedding industry where I make a lot of my income for literally half of the year, and then I was denied unemployment. I told a lot of people, and I posted about this a lot on Instagram, that hey, if a certain guy gets in office, they're probably gonna come for our muscle cars. And I got in so many long, drug out arguments with you guys in the DMs on Instagram saying, nah, you're crazy. I digress. The RPM Act was an act introduced by SEMA. You guys probably know what SEMA is. I don't think I needed to tell you that. There are so many videos out about this right now. I'm glad, because literally like 3 or 4 days ago, there was no one making any videos about this. And so I was scared, like if none of the big YouTubers talk about this, we're done for. I want to read this article on the Union of, can you see this? The Union of Concerned Scientists. The Union of Concerned Scientists are concerned that the RPM Act is a multi-billion-dollar industry trying to ruin our air.
A multi-billion-dollar industry is trying to ruin our air and destroy everything. Oh, those freaking car enthusiasts, they're so obnoxious trying to ruin the air and wake me up with their loud exhaust.
They're coming after us, guys. The new administration came in. It's a bunch of Karens. But before I get into this, I want you guys to go ahead, go down to my description. If you haven't already signed the RPM Act, the RPM Act by SEMA is what could potentially save our muscle cars. This is important to us. You know, me and you, we like to go out, get in our cars, crank our cars, and go for a ride and just enjoy it. And if we change some part, God forbid, to go race somewhere, we don't want to get a $40,000 fine just for doing that. And I know they're probably not going to enforce this on the individuals, but when has that ever stopped the government? They took half my income last year. The government can do whatever they want to you. I learned that personally last year when I lost half my business in the year that was supposed to be my best year. All right, let's read this article by the Union of Concerned Scientists.
With defeat devices.
Defeat devices. Once again, in the news, thanks to
yet another manufacturer failing to comply with the Clear Air Act.
The automotive industry is actively working to undermine the protections of the Clean Air Act and increase the use of defeat devices in passenger cars and trucks.
In this case, aftermarket parts manufacturers and dealers under their trade association are fighting for passage of the Recognizing Protection of Motorsports
RPM Act.
A bill which would cripple EPA's ability to go after people who tamper with automotive emissions controls.
Let's break down what the RPM Act does, why it keeps coming back, and why this zombie bill should be taken out and never heard from again. Piece of shit car. I hate those car people. They're so annoying. The Clean Air Act is great, and this year we are celebrating 50 years of it doing the backbreaking work of cleaning up
tailpipe pollution
so that we aren't choking on smoke and smog from 200 million cars in the United States. It's a lot of cars. But for supporters of the Recognizing the Protection of Motorsports Act, RPM, the Clean Air Act is just too good at its job. And they can't have that. The RPM Act creates a loophole centered on the usage of motor vehicles, which gives cover to anyone who manufactures, sells, or installs a defeat device. I'm not going to tell you what a defeat device is, but it's something that you use to tune a car, which a lot of people have in their cars, which are tuned.
If the action is for the purpose of modifying a motor vehicle into a vehicle that is not legal for operation on the street or highway and is to be used solely for competition, then you're good, according to the RPM Act. And we can't have that as stupid, loud, obnoxious car people that like to modify their cars and mind their own business. We can't have them. We can't have them anymore. They're racist. No, they're not racist.
As with most tiny, obscure bills like this, the reason why the RPM Act keeps on being introduced year after year is money.
We're all money-hungry car enthusiasts, and we wanted a ton of money.
Actually, we spend a ton of money because we enjoy our cars and we just want to be happy. That's it. But the government doesn't seem to understand that because the Specialty Equipment Market Association, SEMA, is the trade association for aftermarket equipment manufacturers, including the companies manufacturing defeat devices, and they have been fighting the EPA for exemption for the last 5 years, and we just want to win. SEMA is not interested in air quality or people. Basically, they want to suffocate everyone. That's what SEMA wants to do. That's what car enthusiasts want to do. That's basically what this article says right here. It makes us out to be completely evil. Like, car enthusiasts are these evil people that want to just pollute the whole world and just destroy everything. What about China? What about them and the massive amounts of carbon they're adding to the air every year? And now we're cutting them a break. You know, the new administration is anyways. Like, what about that? What about planes? Why are we trying to get rid of race cars? I don't know. SEMA claims to care about hobbyist racers. But all it would take to protect racers and the racing industry would be clear guidance from the EPA on converting a motor vehicle into a competition-only vehicle. Well, yeah, obviously, but in the bill that you guys just proposed, it literally says that they would be doing away with the ability to modify a street vehicle into a race vehicle. That's why we're fighting for it. But people in this article don't seem to understand that. They're just calling all of us evil. SEMA has proven that it is not interested in compromising on a bill that would allow hobbyists to build their own race cars, if it doesn't also grant a blanket exemption that protects their $45 billion industry. I can't read any more of this article because they're literally going in circles saying that, SEMA doesn't really care about race car people. Like, why did they start the business then? That's what SEMA is about, aftermarket parts. Okay, so I could rant about that all day. That's one side of the aisle's opinion on people that modify their street cars, like me and you. That's how they feel about us. They think that we're all evil, money-hungry industry people. Like, they think we're just terrible people that are trying to ruin the world. Let's see what SEMA has to say about all this. Protect your right to race. The EPA is banning race cars. The EPA, if you go and read their article, says they're not banning race cars and that SEMA is going crazy. The funny thing is this feels like your typical Republicans and Democrats fighting thing, and here SEMA is the Republican and that other scientist's website is the Democrats, because like I've been into politics for a bit and that's just, they usually go back and forth, but I think we're being portrayed in kind of a more negative light than I would say is realistic. There are some annoying bad car people out there that are just obnoxious and do stupid and bad things, but most of us are respectable people that just want to enjoy our passions and hobbies and maybe inspire other people to do the same. Protect your right to race. The EPA is banning race cars. Tell Congress to pass the RPM Act now and stop the EPA from destroying motorsports. Street vehicles, cars, trucks, and motorcycles can't be converted into race cars according to the EPA. The EPA has announced that enforcement against high-performance parts, including superchargers, tuners, and exhaust systems are top priority. Luckily, I have a car that's not supercharged and has a stock exhaust, but you guys might get in trouble. Tell the bureaucrats in Washington that race cars are off limits. Yeah, you can mess with whatever you want. Just don't mess with my car stuff. Don't mess with my business. Don't mess with my family. Don't mess with my car stuff. Guys, this is why I started caring about politics last year. I know a lot of you guys were like, Jordan, you have a car page, a car channel. Why are you talking about political stuff? Because the political stuff is smacking us in the face, and now we're gonna have to fight for the things that we love and care about. We're in America. This is the land of the free. We need to fight for the things that we love. If you think that you're just gonna sit back and be quiet and they won't come for you, then you're wrong. We've got to stand together and we've got to fight for the things we love. And if you love your cars, if you love modifying your cars, then you should probably go sign that act. With that said, I do think that we're going to win this little battle. I don't think that they're going to be able to take away muscle cars. I've already seen a couple of hearings. It looks to me like they're going to side with us on this. So hooray, it looks like we've won, or we're at least winning. But it's not over yet. Who knows what's going to happen in the next couple weeks. I wanted to give my take on it. I wanted you guys to hear directly from me because I've been getting a lot of DMs from you guys. So I think we're going to win, and I have a lot of faith, and I just wanted to put my thoughts out there. But yeah, guys, I wanted to make a video about the last dyno day, but this had top priority in my brain hole. I wanted to talk about it, so the dyno video will be next, I promise. Much love. Share this video with your friends that don't know yet about what's going on. If they haven't heard, for whatever reason, from any of the other giant YouTubers that have been talking about it, share this video. I'll see you guys next video. Much love.